Okay, now you're going to have to pay attention. We're now starting a process called U-substitution. So the first thing you're going to have to identify is the U, and then you're going to take the derivative of U, which is du over dx, and then you'll multiply both sides by dx. So I'm going to erase this now. So here's the trick. Whatever is inside under the exponent, that's the biggest point. Whatever's under the exponent becomes the u. So 2x to the fifth subtract 3. All right? Now, what is the derivative of 2x to the fifth subtract 3? Well, the derivative would be 10x to the fourth. And then tack on that dx. So 10x to the fourth dx. Look at what that says right there. So now du, all of this stuff right here, is now what's equal to the du. And this stuff right here is now the u, and the exponent stays. So uppercase f of x, and here we don't want the du clear over there. So I don't have to care about that. Remember, the du is the 10x to the fourth dx is what the du is. And now it's easy. We know how to integrate something to the third power. We'll add a 1 and then divide by 4. So f of x is equal to u to the fourth, divide 4, and because this is indefinite, we don't have a b or an a, or I should say an a or b. We don't have either of those. So you put the uppercase, and then in the parentheses goes back that original u. And that's U-substitution. Let's go ahead and look at another one. All right, we're going to let inside the parentheses is 3x to the fourth, subtract 2. Whoops, I left off the letter u. So u is equal, so du, the derivative of 3x to the fourth, is 12x cubed dx. There's our 12x cubed dx. So uppercase f of x is equal, well, now we have u to the negative fourth du, because remember, all of this stuff is equal to du. All right, and now when you integrate u to the negative 4, you add a 1. Well, when you add those together, you get negative 3. So essentially it becomes negative 1/3. And then since that's going to be u to the negative third, you're going to want to bring down the denominator, and it will be u to the positive 3. So uppercase f of x, I'll do it kind of slowly. So it's u to the negative fourth plus 1. That's negative 3. All right. Notice I'm not going to fill in that parentheses till I'm done. Well, since this is going to be negative 3, we're going to want this whole parentheses moved down to the denominator. So now we have negative 1 over 3 u to the third power. And the u was 3x to the fourth, subtract 2, uppercase C. All right, let's do another one. So we're going to let u equal, inside the parentheses underneath the power, is 5x squared subtract 1. du is 10x dx. Perfect. So now we just have u to the 1/5 du. Well, u to the 1/5, when we add 1, I'm going to write 1 as 5 over 5. So that's 6 over 5. Then we'll divide by 6/5, but we don't want this denominator. So we'll multiply the denominator by the reciprocal. So the numerator. So notice the exponent 6/5 out front is a 5 over 6, is the reciprocal of that. So f of x ends up being 5 over 6 u to the, whoops, but I don't want it to say u, I want it to say parentheses, to the 6/5 plus uppercase C, and then we just insert what the u was. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Okay, this time it's in the denominator, but it's okay. That's going to be okay that it's down there, and I'll show you why. So we're going to let u equal, in its best form to say, let u equal 2x cubed minus 1 du is equal to 6x squared dx. Ah, perfect, that's what we want. This 6x squared dx is the du, and now we've got 1 over u to the 5th, or we can write it u to the negative 5th. So f of x is equal integral. I'm going to choose to write it u to the negative 5th du. Except for it started to look like a dy. There we go. And then to integrate u to the negative 5th, you add 1, which is negative 4, and then you divide by negative 4. So f of x is u to the negative 4. Uh-oh, that's going to go in the denominator. Divide by negative 4. So f of x is equal, there's going to be a negative sign out front, 1 over, and then now this is going to be u to the positive 4th power, and then that's 2x cubed, subtract 1. And I just kind of drew that strangely. There we go. So that right there would be the final look. All right. I think we're going to do one more and then I'll start a new video. All right. So now, even though that's under radical, remember this means to the 1/3 power. So let u equal 3x to the 4th, subtract 5. du equals 12x cubed dx, which is great. And now all we have is u to the 1/3 du. So when we integrate, we add 1, which is 3 over 3, which becomes 4/3. And remember what we said, we're going to divide by 4/3, but we don't want a fraction in the denominator, so we multiply by the reciprocal. So it becomes 3/4 u to the 4/3 plus uppercase C. Yep, I'll start this in the next one. All right, that is it for a few U substitution.